Oh, hey, I'm about to head to a sharpening. Why don't you tag along? So this week's going to be a little bit interesting. A little bit more footage. There's some even snow footage in this, but I'm going all the way to visit my uncle for this one. And he lives over in Tillamook. So here shortly you'll see one of the places that I passed by pretty much every year during the summer growing up. But I'll wait till you see the sign to give that one away. Alrighty, and looking off to the right, Tillamook Cheese Factory. One of my favorite memories growing up was getting ice cream when I was little. We'd come down to the beach, stay for a few days, and then I'd get some ice cream. So, always good memories. And starting to look a little bit more official here. So, got a cool little apron. It actually doubles as a knife roll up. So, kind of cool. Found it on Amazon and was like, okay, yeah, worth it, and keeps my clothes from getting burned because like the sparks that get thrown. So just keeps my clothes looking a little bit better and me looking a little bit more professional. So let me know what you think of the apron. So something that I thought was pretty cool, the knife block this actually is. It's a magnetic knife block. I've seen magnetic strips and all kinds of different magnets, but I've never seen a magnetic knife block like this. Really like it. I might have to do something like that, because I just thought it was probably the coolest thing I've seen as far as knife storage. And like always, we're starting out with the 120 grit, just making sure we're apexing on both sides, it's holding a nice consistent angle, and it's even. So more or less just making some good foundational work. And also, just because I have them right here, the scissors. I typically won't go much past a 120. You can go up to 220, but at the same time, that slightly bitier finish with just normal scissors, it's where you want to go. Most of the time, polishing the edge is just going to make it so it starts pushing material. Alrighty, on to the next belt. You already know my progression if you're not new here, but if you're new, progression is 120, 600, and then I go to a strop with an 8000 grit paste on it. I recently switched to a Tillamook paste. Not sure what I think of it, but we'll use it till I run out of it. It gives me good results, but I'm just not a huge fan of the consistency of it and how it applies. Here soon, I want to try some diamond emulsion, just because it adds a little bit more tackiness and helps with the removal of the burr. And since I've teased you enough, here in this next clip you'll get to see what those stones I've been teasing are going to be for. And as you can see, there's that 8000 grit stone. I'm starting to get into haircutting scissors, which, let me tell you, holy cow, this has been a massive learning curve. Like, I thought knife sharpening was hard. Haircutting scissors are next level as far as how complex they are. You have to sharpen the insides, the outsides, all different kinds of angles. Very, very intricate. But boy, is it fun. And then this is how you test it. So this is just some single ply tissue that I have tacked up. And you spray it down. You can cut it dry as well just to see, okay, if it's tugging, pulling, all that kind of stuff. But the true test is doing it wet and making sure that it cuts nice, cuts through, doesn't pull at the tips, making sure the tips meet nicely. And I was like, before, these scissors wouldn't cut worth their life. They were just a nice cheap pair of scissors that somebody gifted me. They couldn't cut, but now they cut fantastic. And now we'll get back to sharpening. So something I like to do with scissors is just cut receipt paper or something really basic just to make sure, okay, they're not catching up. There's no nicks in the blades or anything along those lines. Just a nice little thing, just making sure everything's good. But you see me swapping out for the leather belt with the Tillamook paste on it now, which I'm kind of 50-50 if I like it. I love the finish it puts on, but the applying it, and it doesn't seem extremely tacky. Like, when you touch a leather belt with like a diamond emulsion or something along those lines, you get like a weird, like almost rubber eraser kind of feel. This is a little bit smoother with the Tillamook paste, but it's kind of interesting, but gives a great finish, I will say that much. And I'm pretty sure you can see it, but that burr just getting teased back and forth, you can just watch it pop up at the very edge. By far, my favorite part of the process is just refining that edge, letting the burr go, and just making a nice, sharp knife. This is also something that I've started learning, too, is for teasing the burr off, if you've got a little bit of a stubborn spot, you can take, like, a soft nylon brush or something along those lines and just lightly tease it off. It's basically the same as going back and forth on the leather belt, but I don't want to go too much with that leather belt just because I don't want the finish to be even smoother. That's a trick I actually learned from doing the scissor sharpening, because with that, the finish is extremely picky. So how a lot of the scissor sharpeners will remove a burr is with a piece of felt or nylon brush or something along those lines. But works fantastic. So if you're looking for something to remove the burr, pick up one of those. That's just a horsehair brush for like grooming your beard or something along those lines. Picked it up from Walmart for a few bucks, but great purchase. and we're just about to finish up for this video. So thank you for sticking around. Hope you got some good knowledge, and I hope you stay happy and healthy, and I'll see you next time. Take care, be safe.